All right, yo, what's up, boys? Today we're here with Jonathan. Jonathan, how much did you do last month?
115K.
115K. We're gonna go straight into this case study. It's not gonna be super long, but I do really want to go over Jonathan's story because it is fairly unique. Go ahead and kind of introduce yourself, Jonathan, to like people who might not know you or people who just saw you in chats and stuff like that.
So I'm Jonathan. I was Amish till I was like 15. And then when I was 15, my parents, my whole family, we left the Amish. And now I'm like 20 years old. I've been doing this for almost close to 2 years, but fully locked in the last year or so.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So right before you had this big winner, like what did life kind of look like? Did you have success with other products and stuff like that? Like what did everything kind of look like in terms of, your journey to getting here?
Well, I had like my eighth product and paid. I did like 30K rev,
Yeah.
but it wasn't much profit. And then after that, I think I did like three more products. I just lost like 2K almost in two of them. Lost like 4K. I was down like 4K. And then I got this one that I found from the you guys reviewed my product sheet, and I just went with that one and
Yeah.
started doing good. Like the second day I launched it, did,
Mhm.
from there on it did like crazy.
Yeah, it went crazy, like really soon off the jump. And so a lot of people kind of have that similar story of like, starting off with organic, maybe not seeing the most amount of success and then getting into paid and then seeing like, kind of a uprise or, once they actually just get the right information, that's when they actually start succeeding. Right. But, with that transition from organic to paid, what do you feel like was one of the biggest things that helped you like transition into paid that you learned from organic? Like I feel like we don't really talk about that enough, really.
What I learned from organic was like creatives. Like I knew what a good creatives was, or not exactly at first because I wasn't really winning yet, but it was a lot easier to pick winning creatives and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and like website building.
for sure. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, again, we don't really talk too much about the transition of organic into paid. When in reality, like at first glance, it might not seem like there's a lot that, transition there. But especially at scale, you really will see those things coming out. Like knowing how to split test, knowing how to make websites, knowing how to just understand your avatar and your market more. These are all simple skills that we all had to learn in organic to really improve. Okay, so let me see. Next question. So before having this big winner and kind of even this transition into paid ads from organic, did you have any like doubts in yourself about, whether or not this was possible?
Yeah, I had doubts, but I doubted a lot, but I still like knew I was still gonna make it. But I just kept pushing. I was not gonna quit, even if it takes me like 5 years. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
not gonna quit.
Yeah. So what about just like, I'm kind of a little curious. How was it just getting into ecom? Like you said, you're Amish until you're 15. Going from that to getting into ecom, making money online, that is a complete polar opposite. What was kind of like your findings of this, and what was your kind of, brain thought when you first kind of heard about it?
Well, I searched it on YouTube. I wanted to make money, so I just searched on YouTube how to make money quickly, and then I saw this online money shit, and then I started hearing about Tate, and then I went into his the real world app, and I first campus I joined was the ecom campus, and then yeah, I just kind of learned from there, and then I didn't really do much there. I just kind of procrastinated and shit, and then after a while from procrastinating a lot, I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I need to lock in and do this shit for real. So I decided to do organic, like stick with organic, and then I did that almost a year. I tested probably almost 30 products. Stupid.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
yeah, for sure. And that's funny that you say that. I feel like a lot of people kind of like got into the entrepreneurial space from Tate. Again, I think a lot of people do talk about that really about, a lot of people's kind of first kind of like awakening in a sense. I don't really want to call it that, but their first awakening into like what's possible outside of just like the traditional ways did come from Tate. And so it's really interesting. Okay, so after having this really big winner, what are like some big goals that you have, kind of moving forward? Because, I've talked to so many people over and over and over, no matter how much they're at scale, nobody is really satisfied with what they do. Everybody just has a bigger aspiration, a bigger goal. So what are some kind of like big goals that we could see get accomplished from you in the near future that you kind of really want to hit now after, really proving it's possible?
Well, I just really want like money, like really money. That's about it. But like, I don't want to look at prices and shit and worry about all that shit. I just want to be able to purchase whatever I want, like have freedom in the purchasing stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of us, or not of us, but I feel like a lot of people in general are really trapped by that. A trap like, looking at the price tag of absolutely everything, never really knowing if they're going to be able to afford a certain thing or if they're even going to be able to make like ends meet. Um, and so, just having that type of financial freedom in a sense, as corny as it sounds, is, I think the biggest goal for anybody, just making sure it's not a big deal anymore. And I say that a lot in the sense of, money isn't necessarily like, I don't want to say a big deal, but like you have to have money to be able to like live like, completely free. But once you have that X amount of money, you're really going to realize like this shit doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Um, and there's just so much more that you could do aside from just having money as well. And we say this too, you can make money and still be a loser. Money doesn't really change a whole lot of things besides for, the stressors that you have within your life. You guys have any questions?
Definitely. Let me just pass the mic.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, after making this money from not even knowing what the internet was to fucking making over 100K in a month, what do you have to like somebody that just doesn't believe in online money or like just doesn't believe that this shit is even possible? Because I mean, you're living proof that it is possible. You didn't even know what the internet
Yeah,
was.
it's
Like,
real. Yeah, like I don't know, just believe it. I guess as corny as that sounds, just believe yourself. And just work on it till you make it.
Yeah, for sure.
that's real, man. You got one for him, Dane?
I mean, I think it's just fucking insane. Like, gonna have to cut that.
Don't cut it. Leave it.
Cursing? Alright, well, I mean, literally not even really knowing anything about the internet, electricity in general till you're 15. And in 5 years' time, going and making $100,000 online. Like, I think you'd be burned if you went back to, like, the Amish community and told them that you printed 100,000 from a screen.
Yeah.
Do they even use USD? I don't think
Well,
they
yeah,
use
they-
USD.
Yeah. But-
Yeah, they have cards, I think.
But
yeah.
the idea that
Cards,
this
like
little...
credit card?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The
I didn't even know that.
community
I didn't know
I
that.
was in, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
credit card.
communities don't.
Shh, that's right.
They don't even have a digital ID.
Jesus. And that's crazy, bro. Honestly. Like, this is one of the craziest stories we will probably ever hear from the ecom space, and I'm glad that you're in Creator Central. I'm glad that, you get taught by us. You're a student of the game, and I'm telling you, this is literally one of the craziest case studies probably, like, on the internet. Genuinely.
Yeah,
Like,
it's insane.
This is not regular, like, this is not regular shit at all, so
Yeah,
shout out
100%.
Jonathan, bro.
Shout out Jonathan, bro.
Seriously,
Hell yeah.
it's crazy, bro. Like, it's actually insane. Like, sometimes I can't even wrap my head around like that shit. I can't. I really can't because it's insane,
This dude, bro, come here.
bro. What?
He's like-
tripping.
he's trying to
tripping
play.
now. He's trying to play. He wants attention. He wants
I
attention.
know he
right now.
wants attention. Dude, relax. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull you over.
So, Jonathan, again, like adding on to like you saying this online money stuff is real. Like, do you have like any words of motivation for somebody that like is trying to get into this or like trying to like make it in some type of way? Do you have any words for them?
Well, you need to want it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want something. Whatever your goal is, you need to just work on that. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And that's all good, bro. It's good. Like, I mean, that's still words of motivation to somebody out there because you're in a position where a lot of people like that are probably gonna watch this or people that don't know about the online money space are like you're in a good position to be telling them it's like actual words of motivation. Like, it could be literally a simple word from you that could motivate somebody else that's not doing online business to actually start. Because like I said, this is insane, bro. So, yeah, man. You
Yeah.
got there are no other questions
All
for
right.
Jonathan?
Our last question is kind of a CTA question I have to ask, but how do you feel like Creator Central helped you kind of get this winner and really elevate your learning process?
Bro, it helped me a lot. Like, I learned so much from the recordings and shit, and like the calls. You guys helped me a lot in the chats, and the one-on-one. Like, you guys reviewed my websites and shit. Like, I improved so much in my websites and all that stuff.
For sure, bro. And that's what we love to do. There's a lot of guys, no names, who are really just focused on bringing in more members, bringing in more revenue and MRR for their, one-on-ones and their overall just like servers in general. And for me, like I was literally talking to Angel about, this big guy in the space who kind of does something like that, really targets people who, aren't really gonna make it in the sense. Instead of really figuring out how to help people. That's what we really love doing, and that's what I love doing and being able to do. In the sense of just like actually being able to help you guys and actually being able to give you guys results rather than just being like some furu bottom feeding off of
People that you can't even get in contact with. Like,
Exactly.
We have multiple of our students in our penthouse right now, literally just chilling with us and been chilling with us like for the past couple of days. Like, there's some people out here that you can't even get a connection with. Like, you literally cannot get a connection with these people online, and this is what we take pride in. This is what we love doing. Like, I feel like we definitely do take pride in hospitality and like making sure people around us are doing pretty good. So, yeah. Man, this is really Creator Central, man. That's how we do it out here, man.
Hell yeah. Well, this was a WK study. Shout out again to Jonathan doing this fucking crazy month. If you guys are interested in Creator Central or any of us, all of our links are also going to be in the bio below. This WS fucking case study. Hopefully, you guys got some type of motivation out of this or some type of information out of this that's going to be able to help you guys, improve it with your own journeys. But
If he could do it and anybody else could do it, you can too, bro. So
100%.
No, 110%.
All right. Good ass case study. Peace
good
out,
case
guys.
study. Peace out, guys.
All right.
There we go.
That was smooth.
Banged it, man.